I'm Alyce Alston. I'm the CEO of the Dallas Entrepreneur Center, and we call it the DEC. So overall, our vision and our mission is to help entrepreneurs start, build, and grow their businesses. Now, given that as our big picture mission, when I first came in, I'm like, that's a pretty big umbrella. So one of the things I wanted to do in phase one is to really break that down into what that looks like. So with our overall vision and our mission, we've broken out our initiatives into 6 different buckets. So let's talk about a couple of those initiatives and what's encompassed in those. So one of them is our women's initiative. We currently have been doing a We Dallas series with Capital One. That's ongoing programming, that's education, that's inspiration with speakers, and it's also mentorship. And we've gotten a lot of reaction from the market saying, we want more. And what I believe that's so unique about Dallas is really big business innovation and entrepreneurs and how we can cross-pollinate so that we can be even stronger for our big organizations and for our entrepreneurial success. So with that, with our women's initiative, we are launching a new program called SOAR. And it's what I would call an Uber mentorship program from the leading women in organizations and leading women entrepreneurs. So that will launch in January of 2019 and be a year-round program. With that program, there will be networking and there will be program. For our inclusion and our diversity, one of our other buckets that I'd just like to mention a couple things about, most important and big on our list is our commitment to Southern Dallas. And that you maybe have heard of is the Redbird Entrepreneur Center. It also has a student component with a partnership with UNTD and with Paul Quinn. The Redbird Entrepreneur Center will officially launch in September. And I'm just so super excited because what I've seen is so many people across the city of Dallas-Fort Worth, that's corporations, that's civic leaders, that have come together to make this a reality. And the reality is sitting in the middle of the Redbird Mall is now going to be an entrepreneur center. Who has ever seen that before? And so much of the organizations, corporations, and the grants have helped to subsidize the cost for members and entrepreneurs to join and be a part of it. They'll not only have co-working there, but they'll have year-round programming, they'll have speakers, we have an EDU series, a Kaufman online series that we're doing in partnership with them there. And so this is really one of our most important initiatives that we'll be paying a lot of attention to. So within our women's bucket and women's initiative with the launch of SOAR, which is our year-round mentorship program, I think this really came because it really leverages my background and it leverages really what the city has to offer that's unique to other cities. I come from a background of large organizations and was always an innovator within those organizations. So I felt like I did startups within big businesses. Now I did then transition that knowledge and that skill set to run a startup and then ran another startup in the nonprofit space. But what I believe from that experience is the ability to then, on the second reason why I think it's important, is again, to leverage what's so special about Dallas. And what's so special about Dallas is our larger organizations and the innovation that's happening there that other cities really don't have. So if we can connect our large organizations and women leaders of large organizations with our top women entrepreneurs, there's so many things that can happen and blossom as a result of that. I mean, the learning, acquisition, talent, and the list goes on where they can learn from each other and we can build and grow. That will benefit both our large organizations and our women entrepreneurs, which is our main focus. So why Dallas? Interesting with my path. I won't take you back too far. Mississippi roots, I think that will get a little too long. But I did spend about 30 years in New York. A private equity firm hired me for a 3-year gig in Austin, Texas to run a scholastic company, a mid-sized $300 million company. So once I got there, my whole intention was to go back to New York, but lo and behold, I have 3 kids. And of course, they loved it. I mean, they got on the bicycles and they took off. So that was done, and I was meant to stay here in Texas. With that, I said, after we sold the company, I said, what's going to be my next step? Because what are the big organizations? And really in Austin, there's a limited number of large organizations. And that's when I turned to saying, well, I want to take this startup experience from big businesses and make it happen within a true entrepreneurial startup. And that's when I launched Culture Map with a set of investors that was very successful, and we went through a successful sale process. At that point, I'm in Austin. I really feel like I'm in Texas. And I'm looking at Texas, and I'm looking at my children. We want to be here. And I thought, where can I go that has the most opportunity? And I said Dallas, because it has the big organizations, it has the startups, it has the ecosystem, and there are just so many opportunities. And I feel like Dallas is just blooming right now, and it's growing so big. And if you've just seen some of the recent reports, that it's continuing to be recognized as a city of innovation is something that I wanted to be a part of. So we moved here to Dallas, and when I heard this job was open, I called up Trey Bowles, and he has a remarkable reputation, and so does the DEC, and I said, I want to be a part of this. I want to help grow this to the next stage. Okay, so as an innovator and an entrepreneur, let me think what you can't live without. I think you mentioned coffee, which would be maybe top of the list because there are going to be some late nights. It's really talent. And it's not just any talent, it's partnership. It's people that you can trust, that can trust you, that are aligned with the vision and the passion. Because that's what launching new initiatives and launching startups, it's what makes it so exciting as a family, that you build and that you grow together in doing something that's never been done before, which is one of the most exciting things that can ever happen to a group of people. And then I think the third, which we don't see as much of, because I know in startups we have our heads down. When I was at Culture Map, I had my head down just trying to make payroll from week to week, right? And looking at our cash flow. With that head down, I think we're missing a lot of opportunity, and that goes back to mentorship. There are so many successful entrepreneurs. There are so many successful business leaders that we can connect our entrepreneurs to, that can give remarkable guidance and advice. So while I don't think that's being done, I think it should be a must-have on the top 3 list is mentorship from other leaders and organizations. So one of the initiatives that I mentioned is technology, and that's a no-brainer because we know that our technology entrepreneurs have such big impact on the city and on innovation and changing the way we live, work, and play. And we're so proud and we're so excited to have partnered with the Capital Factory with this specific initiative. So as you know, the Capital Factory moved from Austin to Dallas. We've partnered under our umbrella and initiative of technology and our shared space at the Centrum, and are sharing our resources, our programming, our mentorship, and we couldn't be more excited about where this is going to continue to go and to grow.